I saw a quote from Simon Sinek that got me thinking. He said, "One of the hardest things for any human to do is to be human." And it gets me thinking back to my first coach, Laurie Schneider. I hold myself to a really high standard. And my pattern used to be to hold myself to an irrationally high standard, an unfair, unreachable high standard. And the result was I would give myself a hard time. My internal dialogue would get really nasty. Give myself a hard time when I did things that were inherently human. As an example, humans compare themselves to others for a sense of where am I in the status? Am I going to eat or be eaten? Am I going to kill or be killed? Am I going to be the prey or the predator? And we constantly unconsciously check our status, especially every time we walk into a new space, a new room, a new situation. It's a super human thing to do. And yet every time I compare myself to someone else or something else or some other standard now, I'm really good now at saying, whoa, what's important here? What do I want to be important here? What am I actually making important here? And recalibrating. But that's a hard won new pattern. Years ago, when I started this journey, I'd beat myself up. And my coach used to say to me, "Oh, those wacky humans." And he said that to me all the time because I was constantly giving myself crap for things that were just part of being human. And I was being unreasonable and beating myself up for those things. And what I love about Sinek's quote, one of the hardest things for anything for a human to do is to be human, is to give ourselves the grace when we're human. Say, oh, yeah, that's just kind of how we're wired. And then recalibrate to what's really important and what you want to make important. We're human. We're going to do human things. Humans are going to human. Okay. The cool thing about being human is we get to make a choice of how we want to be, how we want to respond, how we want to show up in the world, what we want to do. We are more than just simply our wiring, our intention, our free will, our us being ourselves is so much more than just the basal being human. So, yeah, one of the hardest things we do is be human, but it's not that hard if you give yourself grace for when you're human. So, invite grace in, be human, and then lean back into being the version of human you want to be. Be kind.